What is up, guys? Ritzy here, bringing you a very spicy team. This team is a lot of fun, I gotta say. I loved it lots. We have Toxicroak lead, Excadrill, and Zapdos in the back. There's no save swap on this team. Everything you have can make great use of 2 shields. You just have to know what your opponent's team is, and obviously that's impossible, so you gotta do your best guess. I played 2 sets with this team. The first one I went 3-2, the second one I believe I went 4-1 or 3-2 again. Either way, this team's super fun, very off meta, and overall just pretty interesting. I think Zapdos really spices things up personally. Anyways, jumping into the battles here, we have Toxicroak versus Swampert. Swampert is definitely going to win this matchup by far. Mud Bomb doesn't one-hit KO like a Hydro Cannon will. If I want to win this matchup, I have to expend both shields and catch. However, I realized looking at my team, I don't really want to catch. If I catch, either of my backline goes down to 1 Hydro Cannon, so this pert is a huge issue, which is why I spend both shields anyway, getting as much counter damage as I possibly can. I'm really hoping here that he won't shield. Honestly, I should have just Mud Bombed anyway. It wouldn't have. He was definitely going to shield because he wants to do this. He wants to do this Hydro Cannon, take me out. However, he is at a really low HP, so I was hoping Zapdos could clean up. And right before we get to Drill Peck, he gets to another Hydro Cannon. However, this doesn't KO. I thought it would, because Zapdos is very glassy. So I farm a couple Thunder Shocks in there, go for Drill Peck. Obviously takes it out of this range. He brings in a Drapion. So I know he's got something very weak to Zapdos in the back. So I hit a Drill Peck with it. I farm it down a little bit. I was hoping to get to another Drill Peck, but because he crunches here, I know he doesn't have Aqua Tail, so I bring in good old Excadrill. I know he's not a threat. I think I farmed 1 extra Mud Shot in there. If I didn't, I probably should have. However, this thing is very glassy. And he brings a Skarmory, so at this point I know this one's over. I can't Rock Slide him down before he can get to a Brave Bird. However, there is one play I could have done here. I could have kept farming, not thrown a move. I should have waited for the Brave Bird, because Brave Bird actually doesn't KO by 1 HP, and he has to throw or he'll lose. So right here, I should have had the Rock Slide. I either Rock Slide or Drill Run, and it actually would have KO'd the Skarmory. That could have won me that game. Going into the next battle here, we have Toxicroak versus Nidoqueen. Technically, this should be a good matchup for Toxicroak, but Nidoqueen's damage with Poison Jab and Poison Fang is very scary. It can do a lot of damage, especially if he's going to double shield, which he does end up doing. Looking at my team, Nidoqueen isn't really a threat. I've got Excadrill here, which is why I didn't shield a potential Earth Power. It does end up being Earth Power, which is really sad for me. I like Toxicroak. I didn't want him to go down so early. But in comes Excadrill, glassy little mole boy. He's very strong. Boom! Half HP than Nidoqueen. Easy peasy. He's thinking about what to bring in here. He brings in a Trevenant. This is probably best case scenario, because I have shield advantage over him, and Rock Slide does a little over half. It's about 55-60%. He goes for a Seed Bomb. That's fine. It takes me out from half. I have huge shield advantage. 2 shield advantage with Zapdos. When shields are down, Zapdos just absolutely goes crazy. He shields the Trevenant, which means he's definitely weak to Zapdos in the back. Obviously, I'm going to shield this regardless of what it is. He brings in an Umbreon. This is very unfortunate because I went for Thunderbolt. I think if I went for 4 Drill Pecks instead of a Thunderbolt and then a Drill Peck, I definitely would have taken this thing out before it gets to 2 foul plays. Huge misplay on my part. Could I have taken out the Trevenant before it gets to a Seed Bomb? I don't know for sure. But this is an inevitable L here. But that's okay. Umbreon, very tanky. It deserves it. Good job, Umbreon. Next battle, we have Toxicroak versus Superior. If I hit Poison Jab, this would be a very good matchup for me, but Poison Jab, definitely not a preference. I like counter quite a lot against the Steel types. He actually goes for Aerial Ace. That was sad, but because I didn't shield, he doesn't want to lose shield advantage, so he doesn't shield either. So Sludge Bomb just knocks this thing out. He brings in little Sableye. I go for a Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb's going to do a good chunk if he doesn't shield it, which he does. I go down to a little snuck-in Shadow Claw that I didn't see. I bring in Excadrill because Excadrill can out-damage and outpace Zapdos. Zapdos would have to double shield before it could get a shield and a KO. whereas Excadrill is more likely to get 2 drill runs off. But he doesn't shield anyway, he brings in Bastiodon, and he hits that hard top left button. Next match, we have Toxicroak versus Stunfisk. Very, very good for me. He instantly brings in Talonflame. I was hoping this was a Moltres, so we could have a Zapdos versus Moltres, but unlucky for that. I go for Drill Peck because I know he's going to shield anyway. He has to. You can't not shield this thing. I opt for a shield. I go for another Drill Peck, even though I know he's going to block it. That's fine. We just get a little bit of extra farm thanks to Incinerate being so slow. He doesn't block it, but he's 1 HP. So I'm like, you know what? We'll keep the shield tie. We'll give him the switch advantage. Because even with a shield tie, Excadrill in the back, after Toxicroak either goes down or swaps out, can still KO Stunfisk very easy. He brings out Trevenant. I go for Sludge Bomb. This was really risky. If he shields this, I very, very easily could have lost. But he didn't. So because he didn't, I wait. I go for a Mud Bomb. He tried to get a Shadow Ball. He didn't. Mud Bomb, he blocks it. So I have shield advantage. And I have a full HP Excadrill in the back. And he doesn't even go for the Shadow Ball. He went for the bait. I get a little more counter damage. Toxicroak goes down. He brings in Stunfisk. And this game is over. Top left. Next up, another Stunfisk. This is fine. We already know this is easy win. He has an Azu. This is also fine. Zapdos loves seeing Azu in the back. Go for a Thunderbolt. If he blocks, that's fine. If he doesn't, it's a huge chunk. 70%. Not too bad. I'm going to shield because I value my Zapdos quite a lot. It's very glassy. I don't want it going down. So we farm up to a little bit past the Drill Peck. We go for Drill Peck just because I wanted a little bit extra farm before he got to a nice beam there if he had it. He doesn't shield. He wants shield advantage. That's totally fine with me. I have Zapdos. I go for these Drill Pecks. I'm just going to hit Stunfisk as hard as I can. Because if this thing hits an Earthquake on either of my next 2 Pokemon, they're not going to be too happy. He goes for Rock Slide. Rock Slide doesn't do too much, so I figured I'll swap out, go into Toxicroak, see what he has in the back. He has a Medicham in the back. This is actually really good. He doesn't block Sludge Bomb. He still has 2 shields, but Zapdos has so much farm capability with Thundershock. I used an Elite Charge TM to get Thundershock over Charge Beam because Charge Beam wasn't doing much for me, and Thundershock worked out really well. So I bring out good old Zapdos, go for a Drill Peck. We get a shield, that's totally fine, and we're looking like we get 1 more Drill Peck before we go down. So either he lets this go and Excadrill goes to town, or he doesn't and Excadrill struggles a bit. So he doesn't let it go, he double shields it, that's fine. Excadrill comes in, we don't shield this, it's a power-up punch, we know this. No problem. Little bit of damage, but no problem. He brings this thing in. I guard because I was expecting Earthquake. He Rock Slide baits, that's fine. I go for a few more Mud Shots. I go for 3 more Mud Shots, meaning I only need 2 more to get to my next Drill Run. We take this thing out with Drill Run, we get 2 more Mud Shots in, and we get our Drill Run. I believe 1 counter before Medicham would have gotten another power-up punch, which would have taken us out, I believe. And that is the last match. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this team as much as I did. Remember to subscribe for more lovely, awesome Spice content in the future, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!